Hello again, whiskey friends. So, today, two special releases from New Riff that just dropped this fall. I just got it this morning. So, I haven't cracked into these yet. Let's get some first impression tastings of the New Riff Aroostook and the New Riff Maltster. Thanks for joining. Let's kick off the show. Hopefully this doesn't go too long, but I am going to do both of these new special releases, and technically I have things I can compare it to, but we'll see how deep we get. So the first one I'm going to get into is going to be the Aroostook rye. Correct my pronunciation in the comments if I got that wrong, but I believe it's Aroostook. Now, this is a 6-year, 100 proof bottle and bond product, and give you a little bit of the story here. We sourced this exceptionally rare malted rye whiskey from a local maltster who had run across a special parcel of Kentucky-grown Aroostook rye. He offered to mold it for us, and we said, yes, yes, yes. The resulting flavor from both the Aroostook varietal and the Kentucky is marketed different from the standard malted rye. So that's going to be the fun thing with this one. So the Aroostook malted rye, 6 years. We'll see if we get into it, but still got a little bit of the 6-year malted rye here. And then the other one is called Maltster. This is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made with crystal malt and malted rye. Once again, 6-year age statement, bottle and bond, 100 proof. And then for this one, this iteration of Maltster line, I'll get into that in a second. We explored a specialty roasted crystal barley malt called T50. Used by many top craft brewers, this malt is gently roasted to achieve a mellow nuttiness. Together with our signature high rye content, the result is equal parts toasted savory malt, spicy rye. So we'll go back to the Maltster. Let's start first with the malted rye Aroostook. Now, if you weren't aware, every spring and fall, New Riff has been coming out with experimental special releases. And I love them all. So far, I've gotten my hands on each one of them. I will say maybe the peated ones were a little stretch my taste buds a little bit there, but all the other ones have been amazing. And some of them have become more standard releases for New Riff. So the 6-year malted rye, as an example, this was at the distillery all the time. You can just go and pick this one up now. I see it in stores more and more. And then the other one that was a special release was the Balboa rye. And then that's become more common. So when it works, they keep churning them out. All right, let's pour this one. There we go. I got the New Riff Glen for this tasting. So I haven't gotten to try this yet. This is going to be the first take of it. But the malted rye, I adore. The sherry finish malted rye, it's contender for my whiskey of the year. So let's see if this one competes. Let's go into the nose. Oh, okay. It's different. I'm going to have to figure out if I can articulate what I'm smelling here. There's almost a savoriness to it versus a sweetness off the nose. Lots of lemon, lime, orange. So really citrus forward from a fruit standpoint. Definitely a effervescence too. It's almost got that herbal gin quality to it. Getting darker a little bit. Got like a dough. I'm gonna go with a pretzel. A little salty too. Definitely a different profile than the other 6-year malted rye. Dominated though by the citrus. You know, maybe even a like a lemon sorbet or something like that. There's pepperiness there though. There's a darkness to it, so I don't want to act like it's just real bright. All right, off the nose. Digging, but let's see where it goes. Cheers, everybody. Okay. Tastes like it smells, except the sweetness is over the charts. I mean, this is like, I just put a pixie stick in my mouth. Yeah, I'm sticking to that pixie stick note. That's what I get up front. Mid palate though, this thing just transitions into all the fruits. I mean, I'm getting lemon, lime, orange, and then I even venture into red fruits. I'm trying to figure out if I would say raspberry. I don't think it goes real strawberry or cherry, but maybe even a raspberry. So we're all over the place on the fruits. And once again, throughout that entire process, those fruits are just sprinkled with sugar. You know, growing up, my mom always used to do that, serve us like strawberries that were then covered in even more sugar. That'd be like a sugar bowl. Oh, 80s. Man. For the finish is, it lingers, but it's not strong. And it's mostly the same notes, I would say. Through and through. Maybe a little hint of chocolate at the end. But, you know, it'd even be one of those like artisan chocolate bars that still got the orange and stuff in it. So it still goes way towards that, the fruit and that spectrum of things. Whew, that is sweet. So sweet. Puckers the lips even. All right, let's put that off to the side. You know, that's just a different animal than the malted rye in itself. Very interesting. Let's get another Glen here. All right, go. Junkies Frosted Glen this time. Now let's get into the Maltster. The Maltster, this is going to be the third one in the line of Maltsters. The second malted Maltster bourbon. So the first one I got here. This came out, gosh, I want to say spring last year. Pretty sure this was spring last year. But this is a 5-year one, 100 proof again. Most of the special releases are usually bottle and bond, 100 proof, except for the barrel finish, or the barrel strength sherry finish rye. But this one was a Maltster Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made with malted wheat. So that's the big difference between these two Maltsters, is actually the mash bill. Even though they share the Maltster brand name, the new one is 65% corn, 18% Bohemian flour, malted wheat. Oh no, that's the old one. The 10% unmalted wheat, and then 7% dark wheat. So corn, and then 3 different varietals of wheat, one of which was malted. I loved the old Maltster. And then the new one is 65% corn, so same ratio there, but then 20% malted rye. Malted rye. You're loving the malted rye stuff. And then 15% T50 crystal malt. All right. Another cork pop. Yeah. Now, as I'm opening these, I don't think I mentioned this yet. Both of these are $60. But beware, sold out, I think it was like 5 minutes. You know, it's one of those things that sold out even before everybody got the email that it dropped. So then you got to hear about that in all the local groups. I was lucky enough to get these, and let's get to share them with everybody here. All right, Maltster Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Let's see how this one is. Cheers, everybody. Ooh, man. All right. More dynamic off the nose than the Aroostook. Still lots of fruits. Man, I've been digging the fruits lately. I feel like I just keep going to fruit notes more and more lately. So what I'm drinking, or is it me? There's a almost a simple syrup reduction smell to it. So like, it's sweet, but it's got kind of a neutral flavor to it. Just gives off the sweetness. Getting the lemon this time. It doesn't have the dynamic fruit burst that the other one had. Still living in that salted pretzel range. Got a little candy corn there. Something darker about this one. Yeah, almost like a... Gosh, do I want to go date or fig? It's not quite there, though. Maybe even a leather. Maybe that's where I'm going. So not like a leather wallet type of a smell. Just faint in the background there. Interesting. All right, another taste. Fruit palm again. Ooh. Oh, that takes a turn. Okay. That malt. Okay. That shows up on the finish. Man, that's a ride. This thing's got different things going on from front to mid to the finish. So initially dark up front, brown sugar. Not as sweet as the other one, though. Yeah. Man, mid-palate, I'm getting a brininess, a lemon again. Generally some caramel. What gets me is off the finish. That's when the malt comes in. And does it come... It's a sucker punch. The malt waits until the very end, and then it just sucker punches you. Yeah. There's a softness to it. Almost if you did like a caramel mousse, like there's a rich texture, but it's just soft. Man, finish does go for a long time on this one. Finish is longer on this one. Like I'm still getting it. It's still coming up with a wave. But generally the finish is all related to the malt. Almost makes me think of like Chattanooga or something once they start getting to 6-year products. Man, finish is still going. The finish on this one's really impressive. I like this quite a bit. Man. So there, okay, that's an angle. There's nuttiness here, but it's It's a very particular type of nuttiness. It's almost a walnut, like a crushed walnut type of dynamic. So not peanuts, not peanut shells, but more of a softer nut, like a walnut. Damn. Chocolate again on the finish. I'm even getting actually some butterscotch, almost like butterscotch chips, rather than chocolate. Maybe that would be a better descriptor. Finish again. The finish does it for me. Well, gosh, I had to go back between the two. Definitely different, just different animals. Hey, I'm comparing a rye to a bourbon, but the malt side of it really comes off of both as you're going back and forth. Yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I think I'd lean towards the Maltster. I really like, oh yeah, it's just so creamy. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do one more. I know we're hitting long here, longer than usual, but we got 2 bottles. I want to do the compared to the malted rye. All right, got another Glen. Boone County Glen. Cheers, Boone County. Just want to compare the 2 malted ryes. Off memory, this malted rye, fruit as well, blood orange, I think is usually the note I attribute to this one, but we shall see. All right, one last cheers. I'll keep this one short. Yeah, I think I prefer the malted rye off the nose, but it's almost like it's more precisely put together, whereas this one is just like explosion all over the place. So good. Gosh, I love that malted rye. Oh gosh, the Aroostook is so sweet, so sweet. Oh man. All right, I love all these. Let's be honest. I'd recommend them, but be careful on price, especially if you're dipping in now, since they're all sold out. These were $60 retail and 60, 80. It'd still be in that range, so be careful not to overdo it on these, but they're both fun. I don't know if I would like New Riff to continue either of these as much as I was into the 6-year malted rye being standard. You know, I was really into that idea. These two, I'm probably fine for being one-time special releases. Enjoy them while they're here. But they're fun adventures. Keep it up, New Riff. Keep exploring, keep having fun, and I'll be there right there with you. Enjoy the ride. Well, thanks for joining me for this double-sized episode of 2 bottles. If you have a chance, try these New Riff special releases. Get some samples. Go out there and just try them. They're so fun. But until next time, thanks for joining Whiskey Friends. Bye, everybody.